And good Monday morning. How are you today? Easter is come and gone, and the storms have rolled on, and we're back to life on a normal basis for this week. 64 as you're waking up today, and a little cooler. 72 is the high. We'll have a couple days of this cooler weather, and then we'll start to see those temps start to rise again. Mississippi weather, Alabama weather. Y'all know the drill on that, and we'll talk about the forecast in a moment. But by the end of the week, it will be warm once again. First time in a while, I can tell you that we do not have severe weather lined up for this week. Isn't that wonderful? Just kind of normal as we try to get our lives back to normal once again and cut the trees and limbs and clean up things. We'll go over a few of the pictures this morning. Had several areas yesterday morning that got beat up pretty bad. The hail that was in the area, it was a lot of it, wasn't it? It was. Glad to see everybody, and I do hope you had a wonderful Easter. Had a chance to spend a little bit of time with family and friends and remember what the reason for Easter is. I do hope you did. We had a lot of thunderstorms right in the middle of church time yesterday. We made through it, thank heavens, but it was rocky from time to time there. No tornadoes that we know of. We did have some wind damage throughout the area as we look around. This morning, as we go to EMEPA, only 8 that are out this morning, and that's sporadic. And this was due to different wind damage. We got 6 people in Kemper County there, one out in the Tumsuba area there. It just kind of spread out as you look at this, and one down in Clark County. Power crews are working to restore that. And again, that does happen with these weak trees with all the rain that we've had. We had gully washers, didn't we? It was a bunch there. Good morning, Joyce Godwin. Glad to see you. And also, Joyce Snowden Godwin. Both of y'all up at it today. Hope everybody is feeling good today. Let's see here as we look around. Virgil Reed, how are you? Bree Packer is up. Good morning there. Joyce Gressett, Elmer, Mike Dallas, morning. Virginia Gordon, glad to see you also there. Also, Laura Lee, how are you? As we look around, let's talk about first of things that went on in the neighborhood over the weekend. Kind of quiet with the weather, to say the least. There was an incident or two here and there. Shots fired in the area, as usual. Let's see, we had some on 37th Avenue, Valley Street, Frank Berry Apartments saw shots on Friday night, 20th Street and 37th Avenue. As we moved into Saturday night, we had gunfire reported in the area of Eastern Gardens. Last night, near Martin Luther King, 7th Street, in that area there. As we look at one of the headlines here, we pulled this up, 37th Avenue. No injuries reported with any of these, thank heavens. That's good news. But still, nonetheless, they did happen over the weekend in these areas. Activity was a little bit quieter due to the weather. Kind of hard to get out and all that and raise Cain, isn't it? That's without a doubt as we look at that. As I mentioned, some of the damage. This was the Union area yesterday morning. Let's pull this up. Right here, as we'll look at this, sometimes these pictures get smaller, and I have no reason to tell you why. But trees were just down throughout the areas. We just skimmed through these pictures. Heavy rains. And let me see if I can find some of these pictures of this hail that we had. It was just loads of it by the handful as we go back over here to take a look. Here's yesterday morning near Sebastopol, some pictures that were taken. Big trees down, oaks uprooted, tin off of roofs. It was everywhere. This has been quite the weekend for damaging winds. I had some more lined up, and you know how it is when you can't find it? Well, that's where I'm at. We'll get back to that in just a minute, though. Maybe this is, no, that's not. But I've got a lot of pictures if you want to visit the page. I've got so many things that happened last night with the weather that rolled through, the warnings, and where the storms were is what's throwing me off here, getting to it quickly there. But a lot to look from. If you want to see big hail, we've got pictures of all that in the area also. Almost there. I thought I was anyway. Let's see. Blake Shelton and the bunny. That was kind of funny. Different types of water throughout the area. As you pull this up, this was Al's Garden and Gift where it was just flooding over there. We scroll down. Look at this. This is hail here. This is the Stratton community. Huge hail. There's another shot of that. That was Decatur. And you keep coming down, it just goes on and on with the different size hail. That's Sebastopol. You get over, here's Jeff Lewis is there. This is what was coming down in downtown Union. Look at that. Now, all of that will beat up your car and destroy it pretty much. And that's the scene that we had. It was a lot of that. And you get back over toward the Jackson area, we had some that was even tennis ball size hail reported. Of course, that's dangerous. That'll hurt you in so many ways there. A few of those. As we look around of other things that are going on in the state, let's see here. This morning. Now, I'll be the first, as this was reported from South Alabama, and I did post it, but it's more of a joke in my mind than anything. We put this on Sam Media. It went viral over the weekend. Do you believe in Bigfoot? It sounds good anyway, doesn't it? As we pull this up, this was South Alabama. A guy named Kenny Walker posted all of this to his Facebook page, and it did. It went viral everywhere, claiming to be Bigfoot. Someone was on a turkey hunt and happened to see Bigfoot there on the shore. Now, who really believes that? Now, there's some that do, but I'm not much on that. I would almost bet you a wooden nickel that would be somebody dressed up in an outfit. It was funny. I'll give him credit for that. But it's made its way all across the United States from this weekend, just so you know there. As we look at things across the state, Vicksburg has a faith-based movie being filmed in downtown Vicksburg. And the name of it is Grace Wins. Filming starts today. So good luck with them. Look for that in theaters at some point there. I've seen a lot of movies and things being filmed in the state of Mississippi. Jackson, I think Meridian even had a cameo appearance in a movie not long ago. And we also see that, what is that network that my wife watches a whole lot? You know what I'm talking about. Where those little movies go on, and it's always about love and romance. Whatever it is, they're filming another one in the state of Mississippi as well. A lot there. Sad news as we look around the state on this one there. A Texas woman and her 3-month-old child were killed in a wreck over the weekend. Happened on the interstate in Hancock County. Interstate 10 is where it happened. They were the passengers in the back seat. The truck left the roadway and struck a tree. The two in the front seat made it. The mother and child that was on the back seat of the truck did not. We pass along condolences for anyone that happened. Just so tragic there with a small child. Awful, awful. Now, what happens when you get together for Easter and you can't get along with your brother? Well, sometimes it leads to an argument, and, well, that's kind of what happened on the right before Easter there on Saturday night as we go down to the Natchez area where two brothers got into a tussle. The only problem was there was a gun involved. Yep, one of them got shot. Off to the hospital they went. Everybody's going to live, but still, nothing like getting into an argument at your mama's. We have someone that's been arrested and needs to be. Jefferson County, Mississippi is where we go for this. A gentleman, I won't call him a gentleman, that's a suspect. We'll word it that way. He was arrested trying to rape a 79-year-old lady. Doesn't get any worse than that, does it? 2 a.m. in the morning, broke into her home and tried that. Have mercy. That's all I can say. Needs to be behind bars without a doubt as we look at these headlines here. All across the state, this is just a problem. We have it happening here in Meridian, and even the smaller communities are starting to hear this. If you hear a weird noise in the middle of the night, you better get up. Could be a sawzall. If you're hearing a sawzall, what does that mean? Catalytic converters. They're all over the state of Mississippi stealing these, hawking them. Who does it? People that are usually addicted to drugs looking for a quick buck is what that is. They'll go to any lengths to steal from your car, and, well, they're high to replace. If you hear a weird noise in the night, get up, throw the lights on. And again, I stress as much as I can of having video cameras around your home. Help with this. At Tupelo, Mississippi, a 31-year-old man has been killed over the weekend. An investigation is underway as to what happened. Tupelo police have no idea at this point as they scramble to do this. Did you see the guy of all this shooting that happened on the subway in New York? It was that manhunt that went on for several days there. At least 2 days there, they were looking for him. 5 people will split the $50,000 reward. as people saw him started reporting it to police. Well, at least they are giving it. A lot of times there's red tape involved with these rewards, and if it wasn't called in by a certain number or a certain way, you don't get the cash, even though they catch them. But 5 people will split that. That's good. Puts a little faith back into what they do. A little bit of people disturbed over this. As we all know, have you tried to buy a new car? And one of the things that they will tell you is, well, we don't have the chips. There's thousands of cars sitting in a pasture, but we don't have a chip to put in it. You would think before long that American manufacturing on their own, somebody like Elon or somebody like that, would open a factory to build these chips. It has been 2 to 3 years. We could have had a factory by now. Congress is looking into the government doing something like this. My vote would be the private sector, just to keep the government and big business separate. It's my thoughts. You may disagree with me, but nonetheless, either way, we do need something done. It's bad when you can't buy a new car, and we depend upon other countries for a small part. And if you've passed through Kentucky, all these different speedways, you've seen all of these cars just lined up and parked. What's going to happen to them? Will they eventually make it to the market? We don't know. Oh, here's another headline for you. Maryland. I can't say that I've ever been there. I know a few people that have passed through the state. Guy was found dead in his home. Why? Well, watch what you have as pets. He had 124 venomous snakes as pets. I'll let y'all fill in the blanks as to why he's not with us anymore. Common sense really goes a long way these days. I'm telling you, it really does. Here's something. How many of us, you're probably watching me on one of these right now. It says there that I got a new video to watch. Apple iPhone is sending out an update. Boy, you can't wait to get this. Do you pronounce it emoji? Is that how you say that? I've never been real good at this. But, well, they're adding these gender-neutral cartoons. I'm dead serious. Fox News reporting that this morning. And let me just show you a picture of this, of what Fox says that you'll get on your phone. Now, this could shock you. I'm not. Just, there you go. Yeah. Pregnant men are going to be added to your cell phone. Now, yeah, I'm going to leave that there. But that's what's happening. That'll be added to your phone here in your next update. Could already be on your phone. Omar, the lady that's in Congress, she's being jumped on across all the different platforms across the internet this morning. I don't know if you've seen the video of the preacher. And I watched the video, and, well, he wasn't a great singer by any means of the stretch of the imagination, but we'll give him credit for trying there on an airplane. He did get up and he sang songs of faith on there. And again, it wasn't anything great, but he was trying to cheer up people, I guess. But she's gone to criticizing him, and it's a backlash as Americans turn to tell her she doesn't like Christians is basically what they're saying there. I don't get it. I really don't. I've looked. Here's the tweet. If you happen to see this today, here's the preacher here. And they ask her, why does she hate Christians so much? Fox News also reporting that this morning. You can read all about that. I'm going to leave it there. She doesn't like it. And a lot of them are saying, if you don't like the United States, then go back where you come from. It's what the word is that they're putting out there. Have you seen this where the father, it was a father and a son accused of killing a mother? As they get deeper into this investigation, this is getting, Queens is where this all happened, in New York. As at first, when all this news broke, they were saying possibly the husband killed the wife, but as it gets deeper into it, someone met her at her home, killed her, took her off in a duffel bag. They're leaning that there possibly could have been an affair involved with that. I don't know. Things that happen around the nation, it just makes you shake your head and wonder why. Here's another thing to keep in mind. I've never wanted to do it, but I guess people don't think. A car wash. When's the last time you drove through one of those? The brushes come in. California man tried to get out of his car during that. Anybody want to guess how that ended? He was crushed to death. Don't get out your car. Again, common sense goes a long way on these things. We hate it for him. Don't know if he dropped a cell phone or why you'd be climbing out of your car during that, but it didn't end good at all. have mercy. We're going to look at your forecast here in just a moment and tell you more about what to expect today. It's looking great. That's what I'm proud of. Y'all stay close. We've got more on the way. Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk. Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent, truly cares about his customers and makes it easy to get you the coverage you need at a competitive price that you can afford. Michael can tell you more about homeowner insurance. Maybe you've just bought a new mobile home, or you're renting for the first time and need insurance. Let Alpha protect your family with life insurance. And as your business grows, so does your insurance need. Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent. Call him at 601-938-0123. 646 this morning. Right now, 64 as you wake up. Our high today is 72. And as we turn to radar, let's take a look at how good it looks this morning. State of Mississippi, Alabama, Texas all look good. We have to get into the eastern side of Georgia before we even pick up any rain. And that's all this that came through here last night. You'll see all of this green. Well, that's flood warnings that we've got near rivers throughout the state of Mississippi. A little bit there in Alabama. But the rain came down, as you can see. It was that north, south to east move through here. It's drifted over this way. Look at all this rain that we've got up here. Johnson City, Tennessee, these areas. Bunch of it there. As you go up the eastern coast there, you'll find it in the Carolinas all the way up toward Washington, Columbus, Ohio, getting rain this morning. Still, believe it or not, as warm as it is in our area, look at this, Minnesota. Still getting snow this morning, 30 degrees there. Milwaukee, we get right along in there, right around, let's see if we can get a temperature out of Milwaukee. 34 in Wisconsin, those areas there. In the Dakotas, still cold, 6 degrees. Makes you wonder, I can imagine living that every day. Across Montana, starting to warm up a little bit, it's 24. Rain in Portland. That's pretty much a good look at the United States today. We got some fire warnings out to our west in Arizona and across New Mexico there in Colorado also. But no bad weather whatsoever over in the west side of the state there as this rain finally gets away. As I said, we had a lot of wind damage. That was our big thing that we watched yesterday, these storms come through. A lot of howling winds, 60-plus miles an hour in some cases that did rip and knock down trees last night. All right, let's look into the forecast now of what is going to happen this week so we're all aware on the same subject.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we look at those record highs and record lows, it was 06 that we had a warm day of 92. We'll be far from that today as we only get 72. Our record low was set back in 99. Believe it or not, that was 23 years ago. Doesn't seem it. We were all waiting on Y2K, and it would be 33 degrees on this day. Oh, boy. As we move forward to look at the forecast of today, it looks like we'll have sunshine. We'll get to about 69 right along in there. 69 to 72, what is predicted right along in those areas. But sunshine. We'll get 67 up in Columbus as we come across over to Bastrop, Louisiana. 68 down to the south, a little bit warmer. As we look across the state line, 71 lined up for Demopolis, Alabama. Tuscaloosa should get 70, and we'll get about 71 in Livingston, Alabama, who also got a lot of rain last night. Come through that area as well. As we bounce around and we start taking a look at what the temperatures are going to do over the next few days, as you'll see, we've got a little bit warmer weather, and this will make its way here by Friday. As we come across, we do have some normal temperatures mixed in with that. Here's the forecast of what we've got. As we look at today, a little bit cooler, as I mentioned a little bit ago, 71, 72 for our high, depending on where you're standing at. But we'll have gusts of about 20 miles an hour today. And what that will do is dry things out. It'll continue tonight with 20-mile-an-hour gusts with a low of about 44. Not bad at all. A little nip in the air as you wake up tomorrow, 69. And then we'll start seeing these temperatures rise and feel like summer once again. By Wednesday, we're at the mid-70s. By Thursday, we're at 84. And look at this weekend. It couldn't be more beautiful. If you're going to be doing something outside, this is the weekend to do it. 87 Saturday and Sunday with nighttime lows somewhere right around 60 is what is predicted at this point. Really and truly, that is perfect weather. You can't beat that at all. As we look ahead, we go a few more days into the month. Let's look at that. The 25th of the month, 85, as we finally make it to May 1st. 79, 78. So we're hovering, starting to feel that spring weather and summertime weather. As you get to May, it's going to be getting warm heading into June. But 80-degree weather on the tap for us for quite a while. So that brings about our fishing. What's going to happen with that today? We go to Chet's Paint and Body to see the fishing forecast as we see it. Average day. Perfect time to go out will be around 10:30 today to lunchtime. If you can slip out, maybe an afternoon fishing trip, 3 o'clock to about 5, somewhere right along in there. So if you're a big fisherman, that's it. Your wind, what will it be? North wind, 10 to 15 miles an hour today with those gusts of about 20. And again, great clothesline day. It'll dry things out quick. It'll push some of this water that's sitting around the yard out of the way. Connie said she lived in Fargo, North Dakota for 3 years. You loved it. Couldn't handle it, girl. That's just a little too cold for me. That's a quick look at what we've got this morning as we go around. Things are kind of calm, which is good as we begin this the day after Easter. I hope you had a chance to go to church yesterday and enjoyed it. If you did, try going back next Sunday. We see so many times that Easter is the one time a year that the church is filled. Wouldn't hurt to get it filled up all year long, would it? Might be a better place for us all. Think about that. See if you can fit it into your schedule. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining me today. We're coming back in about an hour and 8 minutes as Candace will come in. We'll do the morning show for you. Got a lot lined up. A lot of discussions and talk about the weekend and what lies ahead for us this week. It all begins at 8 a.m. We'll do it right here. Join us. Be a part of it. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and thanks for being a part of the Scotty Ray Report. We'll see you soon.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: